Good morning, students. So here we have our work for Thursday for math. So as soon as you're done completing your review exercises and your speed drills, we will start on our new exercises for multiplying whole numbers and fractions. So I think that you'll find this a little bit easier because you're only doing one extra step. So let's read the directions first. It says, when multiplying whole numbers and fractions, write the whole number as a fraction, check for common factors, then multiply. So in this case, all you have to do is put a 1 under any whole numbers, and that makes it automatically into a fraction. And then you can just continue on the same steps that you have been learning this week on Monday and Tuesday. So you just have to put a 1. 1. What I would do is just find all the whole numbers on your entire page and just put a 1 under them. And it's as simple as that for your first step. Then you would find common factors if they exist, just like we've been doing, and then multiply. So in this sample question, this first sample question, we end up having 2 over 3 times 12 over 1. So we would find common factors first. 2 and 1 are fine. They do not need to be simplified. What about 3 and 12? Well, what is the largest number that fits into 3 and 12? It is 3. So 3 fits into 3 one time, so we can cancel that out and put a 1. 3 fits into 12 4 times, so we can cancel that out and put a 4. And now we have a simpler fraction. We have 2 times 4 is 8 over 1 times 1, which is 1. Now, since you have an 8 over 1, that actually means the same as 8. So you can either write it as 8 over 1, or you can just put 8 equals 8. Because any fraction that has a 1 as the denominator is just a whole number. So here for the second sample, let's try another one. So we have 2 over 3 times 5 over 1. And in this case, we do not have any common factors or any way to simplify, because 2 and 1 are as simplified as they can be, and 3 over 5 are 2. There are no numbers that fit evenly into both of those. So we can just go ahead and multiply. 2 times 5 is 10 over 3. Now, obviously, we see here that we have an improper fraction, so we should change this into a mixed numeral. And as we have been used to doing, we would do 3 goes into 10 3 times, minus 9, 1, which we end up with 3 and 1 over 3. So these are just two different ways that you're going to be doing your multiplication while multiplying whole numbers. Let's do one more just to reinforce. So here we have 3 over 4 times now 8 over 1, since we put our 1 under our whole number. And we are going to check for common factors. So there aren't any for 3 and 1. They're as simplified as they possibly can be. But for 4 and 8, are there any common factors? Sure. 2 fits into 4 and 8. But is it the biggest number that fits into 4 and 8? No. 4 is, because 4 fits into 4 once, and 4 fits into 8 2 times. So we can go ahead and cancel out that 4 and put a 1, since 4 fits into 4 one time. Cancel out that 8 and put a 2, since 4 fits into 8 2 times. And then we multiply. So then we will have 3 times 2 is 6 over 1. But remember, we will just end up with a whole number 6, because 6 over 1 just equals 6. Like I said, any fraction that has a 1 as the denominator is just a whole number. So you're just going to follow that step for all of these, remembering to put a 1 under all of your whole numbers before multiplying. And here for our language arts assignment, we are continuing on our pronouns unit. And today for page 66, we are doing recognizing personal pronouns. So what we're going to be doing today is using this chart. So you will see in this chart that you have a row of subjective case, or a column rather, objective case, and possessive case. So you are just learning the kinds of pronouns, whether they're subjective, objective, or possessive. And what you're doing in this activity, let's read the directions first. It says, referring to the personal pronouns chart, so referring to this, you're going to circle the personal pronouns in each of the following sentences. Above each pronoun, you're going to write S for subjective case, O for objective case, and P for possessive case. So this is pretty simple as long as you take your time. All you're going to do is read each sentence, and every time that you find a pronoun, meaning one of these words here, you're going to circle it and then write what kind of pronoun. So for example, I already see in the first sentence a pronoun. I see the pronoun I. So what I would do is I would circle it, and then I would find it. And it looks like I is here in the subjective case column, so I'm going to write S on top of it because it's subjective. And you're going to do this with all of them. She would be one, so you're going to find the word she. Me would be another, and in this case we have even another, we have they. So you're going to find she, me, and they in these columns, circle them, and then write the correct letter. Is it S for subjective, O, or P for possessive? So all you're doing is just categorizing your pronouns, circling them, and then writing the letter for which column you find it in. Pretty simple, right? Then here on the bottom, you're going to do a little exercise, which you're going to be identifying pronouns and personal pronouns. So it just says here, which two personal pronouns are the same in subjective case and objective case? So what you're going to do is find pronouns that you see in two columns. So if you find a word that is in more than one column, you're going to put it here. And then you're going to use the same graph or column graph to find these other questions. So in this one, you're going to find which personal pronouns can be both singular and plural. So pretty much which ones can you say if you're talking about one or you're talking about more than one. And then you will write the others on the bottom. So just learning how to identify the pronouns and what kind they are. And of course, we will go over this over Zoom. And if you have any questions, please let me know and we can address them later.